actual ass cheeks right now, but then I thought about it and I was like, oh, this is actually the part I should be documenting, I should be talking about, I should be sharing on the internet. Because prep is not always sunshine and rainbows. Like, actually the furthest thing from it, typically. I got my period yesterday and it has absolutely rocked my shit. It has sucker punched me right to the so I'm just not feeling my absolute hottest, greatest self right now. And the thing is, like, I've been having periods for over a decade now. You would think I have this all under wraps. You would think I would understand how everything works. And like, granted I do, but our brain does this thing, especially when in prep or in a serious cut, where like, I'm just gonna explain how I've been feeling. My first week and a half of prep went amazing. Crushed my cardio, crushed my nutrition, crushed my workouts, my weight went down, I lost like 5 pounds, I was feeling good, I was seeing new lines, it felt great. And then since then, it almost feels like I've been making reverse progress. And stick with me, I know that's not true. I've still been doing the plan, still been hitting the cardio, hitting every workout, hitting all my macros. So statistically speaking, it would be impossible to not still be making progress. But obviously, it is due to the PMSing, to the menstrual cycle of it all, where I am just feeling more bloated, more watery, my weight went up, the lines are a little blurred right now. And while I can rationally speak it out with you guys, it's still really challenging when you do have a very serious end goal like this, to not place blame on yourself. Where like, when the scale goes up, I go, I know this is my period, but then the back of my head is like, you f***ed up. You did something wrong. You should panic about it right now. All I can really do, all you can really do is just stick with the program. So I am just avoiding the scale until my period is over. And look, I know it's not that serious. I'm not actually taking it that serious, but it is a topic I like to talk about because this happens every prep I've ever done, where it is so easy to blame yourself when really external factors could be causing the changes going on. With that being said, it's cardio time, so see you there. It's obviously a really great thing that I have been crushing my leg workouts every day. The next morning, when I remember that I now have to do Stairmaster with very sore legs, has not been a highlight. Hello, my loves. It has been 2 seconds for you, but it's actually the next day for me right now. I am now in Houston. When am I not just randomly spawning in Houston? I got here last night because my mom is currently visiting from California and she's here for work, so she had to come to Houston before she could come see me in Austin. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna make the most out of this. I'm gonna see you as much as humanly possible. So I decided to drive down to Houston last night. I'm currently staying at my brother's house. My other brother is also visiting, and we've just been doing all of the like family-friendly activities. We went to the zoo today, we hung out by the pool, at the hot tub, and then right now we just got back from getting Korean barbecue. And I wanted to film so bad, but I've been trying really hard to be super present, especially spending time with my mom, who I don't get to see every day now. I didn't want to bring out my phone or my camera or anything. I did end up taking one picture, so I have evidence. But I just wanted to talk about like traveling or eating out while in prep, and obviously this is going to become harder and harder, and I have to make more changes as I get deeper into prep. I'm thankfully early enough into my prep right now where I do have one scheduled cheat meal still in my plan every Saturday. So while I utilize that cheat meal, I still try to be really conscious of what food I do decide to have my cheat meal or refeed with. So Korean barbecue is such a good choice because if you order the right things, it really just is more protein. You're not really necessarily intaking anything calorie dense. So I just opted for a lot of different lean cuts of beef. I made sure they had no marinades. I didn't add any sauce. You're really just cooking it straight up on the flat top. So while I say it was my cheat meal, it's like one of the better options where like currently, even though I feel like I ate a good quantity, I don't feel overly stuffed. I don't feel mentally negative about the situation. Like, it was just a good hearty meal, and now I get to go get a sick ass pump at the gym and feel really good about it. So just if you want any tips for like what you should be having for your refeed, obviously it is fully up to you and you can go as hard or not as hard as you want, but I usually opt for something like a Korean barbecue or sushi, just something that has like leaner protein, maybe a little extra carb that your body's not used to, without going like so greasy and calorie dense that you feel really heavy and weighed down the next day. Again, it is fully personal preference. I just know what my body digests well, and I'd rather have higher protein and like look forward to those types of meals than anything that is gonna make me feel bad. So now that I have a ton of food in my system, I'm gonna go lay down for like 10 minutes, and then we're gonna hit one of my favorite Houston gyms, Roman Empire Gym, which you guys have seen on this channel before, and I'm gonna go get a shoulder workout in. I'm gonna take you guys with me, and then we're gonna take some content while we're there because they have the best lighting and great aesthetics in there, and it is never that busy. Anyway, that's basically it. Before I go from this clip though, I want to show you guys my brother's cats because I am obsessed with them. I feel like they're not gonna let me pick them up, so I'm just gonna show you from my POV. Over here we have Mr. Lychee. Hi. He is just like the derpiest cat in the cutest way possible. Look at that, he's so sweet. Over here we have Mr. Boo Boo, who is the cutest. He is giving me major side eye right now, but I promise he is such a little sweetie boy. They both are. Okay, I know it's kind of hard to see because of the lighting in here, but I actually stole this jacket, and by steal, I mean it was in her donate pile and I called first dibs. But I got this jacket from Julia, and I have been wearing it so often because it is just so flattering. I love the length, I love the cut, I love how tight it is without being like restrictive at all. And I'm actually thinking about making a variation of this for the Midnight Motive. So tell me, if I did, is there anything you would change? Because I know a lot of different companies make these BBL jackets, if you will. Do we wish that they sat lower on the hips? Do we wish it was more cropped? Do we like the black zipper? Do we wish it was silver? Like, just give me some feedback. I'm thinking about a design like this, and maybe just a small logo on the top of the back. Anyway, let's go get a sick pump ski. Call me boring, I don't even care. I feel like the same way people get excited and amped up and adrenaline to like go out, like go party, I get that same rush going to the gym at night by myself, and like the music in the car on the way and the caffeine in my system, and just like, yeah. Can you guys relate? Because sometimes I try explaining that to people and they look at me like I'm fucking crazy, which I understand it is not the norm, but it is my norm. And it's like a rush. So I'm really happy right now is all I'm trying to say. horrendous camera quality. My camera does not do great in low light, but I just wanted to say, holy crap, what a good workout and what a good gym. Typically when I go to that gym, love my girlies so much, but I'm typically with friends, so we never get like that great of a workout in because we love the lighting, we love the angles, we love that mirror so much that it's honestly hard when you're like trying to take content for multiple people and work out at the same time. But this was one of my first workouts at this location, at least, because back in like 2019, I want to say, when I lived in Houston, they did have a different location and I had great workouts there all the time. But this was one of the first workouts I could like genuinely go and lock in and like have a great workout. I got there around 9:30. It is now 1 in the morning. And granted, I'm like back at my brother's apartment right now and I had like a 20-minute drive, but still like my ass was there for over 2.5 hours, and that is unheard of for me at a gym. But I was just like having so much fun, getting my grind in, taking content like as I got my pump. And then I did end up doing 40 minutes of cardio to end my week strong. But I feel really good right now, and also I am definitely a little bit caffeinated at 1 in the morning, which is, I was gonna say weird, but like honestly not for me. I feel like you guys know me by now. So my brother, I don't remember if I said this before or not, is currently at an engagement party for one of his best friends. So I'm gonna go pick him and his girlfriend up from downtown Houston and drive them back here because I am the best sister in the entire world. And I'm running on adrenaline. The plan, since I probably won't talk to you guys until tomorrow, is to leave Houston pretty early because I have a girlfriend date. Me and my group of girlfriends that I feel like all of you have met by now are doing like a paint and sip private lesson event thing in downtown Austin tomorrow at noon. So I need to leave here decently early to get back to Austin early enough to not be late to that, and I'm so excited. And even though it is a paint and sip, I rarely drink anyway, let alone at noon. Not that I'm ever judging anyone else for their life choices. I'm just never been a big drinker, but especially in prep, like alcohol is an absolute no. It just feels like a waste of calories, to be honest with everyone. So I might be painting and sipping on like a latte. That's my type of paint and sip. Anyway, I'll see you guys probably in the morning unless anything eventful happens. Hello, Rixie! Did you miss me? I'm home. Oh, hello. I just got home. It's the next morning. I left Houston around 8 a.m. It is now around, I think, 11 a.m. and I just arrived back to Austin. Granted, I still live pretty far from downtown Austin, so I only have like 10 minutes or so. I just wanted to stop by, say hi to the animals, say hi to my mans, get changed, get ready, and then go meet up with the girls downtown. So that's what we're about to do. I have to decide what to wear. Not Julia parallel parking like a psychopath right now. Like I could literally lay down right there. You tried.
Should I say?
Is done. That was seriously so much fun. I've never taken a proper lesson before for like anything art related, so it was really cool to like see someone who does this for a living, hear what they do and kind of their thought process. I had a lot of fun. I'm not super in love with how mine turned out, but like I seriously suck at painting, so this is impressive for me. I like that I stuck to my true colors. I was like, maybe I should do something colorful and pink and fun, and then I was like, who am I kidding? Black is my favorite color. I love having black decor in my home. If I actually want to look at this and enjoy it, I knew I needed to do at least a black background. Now that I'm done, I have to head back home. I have quite a drive, and Sunday, which is today, is my dedicated grocery shop and meal prep day. So that's what we're gonna do together this afternoon, but we gotta start at the grocery store. I'm gonna start by making the rice and get that going in the rice cooker since that takes the longest amount of time, and then while that's cooking in there, I'm gonna get started on all of my proteins. I've done different types of meal prep in the past and different types of videos on meal prep in the past, but one of my favorite ways is to just make all of my carbs in bulk, all of my proteins in bulk, and put them into large containers and keep it like that in the fridge. That way, when it comes down to eating my actual meal, I just take out all of the different elements I need and make my meal, weigh it out on the spot. Oh, I also wanted to note, just in case any of you are like super perceptive and noticed I didn't get chicken this time around, and yet I had it in my meal plan in my last prep video. I'm changing my leaner choice of protein. I'm keeping tilapia, but I'm switching out chicken for 93% lean ground turkey, and that's just because for some reason the last few times I've gotten chicken from HEB, it has given me the ick. Something has been wrong with it, or it's been a weird consistency or color, so I was just grossing myself out, so I just decided to swap my macros over to ground turkey instead. I got my rice nice and rinsed off. I actually don't like to season it at all. I rather add salt and garlic or whatever I'm gonna add to it after it's done cooking. So I'm just gonna close this up and run it. Okay, since my tilapia, I buy it frozen. It has to defrost in the fridge, so we're just gonna make these two proteins for right now, and then we'll do the tilapia later today when I have to eat it anyway. So I'm just gonna take these and separate them, obviously, into two different pans. As far as seasonings go, I keep it pretty standardized across literally everything I make. I just have certain flavors I like, and I like to keep them consistent. So of course, I'm going pretty heavy-handed with some garlic powder, and then I'm gonna add some smoked paprika, just the turkey, because ground turkey can sometimes taste a little bit bland, and then I'm going in with some Slap Ya Mama pre-made seasoning. Every time I show my seasoning process on YouTube, there's at least one comment being like, this would bloat me so much, that is gonna be so salty. I love salt, okay? And you don't have to eat this food, I do. And speaking on that topic, because some people get really concerned about sodium in a weight loss journey, as long as your sodium is consistent, again, this is not talking to anyone who has any sort of blood pressure issues or has been directed by a doctor to reduce sodium. But if you are like an active, healthy individual with no health issues, as long as your sodium is consistent, that honestly matters way more. Sorry, I got distracted. Basically, all I was saying is I just try to keep my sodium extremely consistent. I season almost every single meal I have the exact same way. This used to be a prep staple for me, and I honestly haven't had it in like 2 years, and I've never tried this flavor in particular, but today's the day, and we're just gonna commit right into it. So I'm actually gonna pour some of this into the pan of turkey while it's cooking to kind of cook some of it out and bring out some of that sweetness. Okay, now that I have everything going and rolling behind me, we're gonna move on to prepping some of our veggies. I brought out, again, you saw this last vlog, my favorite veggie tool in the whole world. It's just a little chomping mechanism. So we're just gonna take these little cucumbers, place them right on. I did already wash them. They are still wet. I don't have the patience to dry them. And then you just kind of, and then it all collects in the bottom. Kovu is currently coming to help me. Okay, boom, done. Easy veggies. Now I can add these to like all of my meals, since cucumber, again, in case you didn't see last vlog, is one of the few veggies that doesn't really bloat me. So we love her. It's sweet potato time. I ended up going for the easier route for myself this week. I just was not in the mood to chop any sweet potatoes up. I ended up getting 2 bags of this frozen sweet potatoes. Honestly, you could just like throw this in a bowl and microwave it just to make it taste a teeny tiny bit better. I'm gonna put both bags into this pot and season it with some garlic and salt. I know this seems excessive, but seriously, this is a huge pot full of sweet potatoes. So once I'm actually mixing it in, it's not gonna be that intense. One thing I'm trying to work on, like a habit I'm trying to break, is I'm the type of person who while I cook, I like to taste things. Or like if I'm scooping out my rice and I have some left over on the spoon, like I'm just so quick, it's such a habit to eat it. But since you have to be extremely meticulous in prep and really hit your macros as accurately as possible, that's something I keep like catching myself about to do and stopping within the act. So honest with you, my camera's about to die, so I'm gonna make this brief, but I just want to put out there, I reiterate this every single time I do any sort of cooking or meal prepping type video. Okay, my vlog camera did in fact die at terrible timing, but now you get this beautiful shot with my photography camera. I just wanted to finish my thought and say that all of this food took me about 35 minutes to cook. And I understand that's just because I've been doing this a long time. I've really mastered my multitasking, especially because I make the same food or the same types of food every single week. But it's just one of those reminders, if you tell yourself that you don't have time, it can be done. You can meal prep quickly and effectively. You can get things like frozen vegetables or frozen pre-cut sweet potatoes to maybe save you an extra 10-15 minutes. I started off this vlog by talking about my period and how it plateaued my weight, and my weight actually went up like a pound or two. So to finally break through the plateau this morning feels so good. It was just a little frustrating because I knew it was all tied to my period. And I think this is proof enough to not like overly stress or overly spiral or assume that that number on the scale determines how hard you're working, because I just stuck to the plan, kept doing what I needed to do every day. I even told you guys I had like a cheat meal, a refeed meal, and just a reminder that those things are in place for a reason and the progress will come. Anyway, I am ending the vlog here. Thank you guys for spending some of this weekend with me. I know this video was a little bit all over the place, but honestly, so was my mental health, so I'm just glad I filmed anything at all. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next week with a new video. Say bye, Kovu.